Gran Turismo is one of the most acclaimed racing series ever made, and it's now being adapted into a movie with David Harbour starring and Neil Blomkamp directing. The movie is a risky venture, as it's based on a video game with no narrative and Blomkamp doesn't have the best track record. However, there have been some positive announcements, such as Harbour and Orlando Bloom being cast, and if there's one thing Blomkamp's great at, it's visual effects. Other upcoming video game movies have Redditors excited too, and despite the reputation game adaptations have, some of them could be great. Whether it's a survival horror reboot, a vulgar R-rated sequel, or a potential Best Picture nominee, these have the most potential. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, 2024. Against all odds, 2020's Sonic the Hedgehog was a huge success, as it was faithful to the original games and heavily leaned into the popular Sonic memes. And as Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was even better, this user is just as excited as everyone else about the threequel. The Redditor comments, "They know it's a great franchise, that's why it's releasing in time for Christmas vacation. Paramount Plus needs Sonic." However, while Paramount is undoubtedly confident, its December 2024 release date means that it'll be hitting theaters at the same time as Avatar 3. Given that the first Avatar has made almost $3 billion, Sonic 3's chances don't look good. On top of that, it's unclear whether Jim Carrey will return as Dr. Robotnik, as he mentioned that he might retire, but that could just have easily been a negotiation tactic. Mario, 2023. Super Mario Bros. Was the first major video game movie that came out of Hollywood, and after its troubled and dangerous production, it set an unfortunate trend. The film was completely unlike its source material, unnecessarily dark, and the first of many terrible video game movies. And while some think the 1993 movie is underrated, the upcoming animated movie sounds like it'll be a lot more faithful to the video games. However, after being announced, there haven't been any more details revealed, and Ecto_Burger is impatiently anticipating more. The Redditor explains, "I just wish they'd give us some idea of what the movie is like. A trailer, a teaser, promo images, anything. With Chris Pratt playing the Italian plumber, fans are cautiously optimistic about the film, but it'll at least be visually stimulating if it follows the video games closely." Borderlands TBA. A. Ruby is excited to see Borderlands, which is based on a sci-fi first-person shooter, commenting, "I am excited to see Jack Black as Claptrap. He's gonna be amazing, as usual." There are plenty of reasons to be excited about the movie, as not only will it be the type of explosive action sci-fi flick that rarely gets made anymore, but it sports a huge cast too. Kate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Black, and Jamie Lee Curtis all star in the film, and it could be like a more depraved version of Guardians of the Galaxy. The movie is being directed by Eli Roth, who is best known for creating the Hostel franchise. Though the video game series is an exciting and action-packed caper, the film might have some added horror elements given that Roth has never worked outside the genre before. While it isn't clear when Borderlands will be released, it has been shot and footage was shown at this year's San Diego Comic-Con, so it'll likely get a 2023 release date. P.T. Silent Hill, 2023. Silent Hill has already been adapted into a movie, as the 2006 film terrified audiences with its grotesque creature designs, but the convoluted story and focus on shock value disappointed most fans. But P.T. Silent Hill is in the works with a scheduled release of 2023, and it could balance the scale and deliver a truly terrifying film version of the original game. The movie will be directed by Christopher Gans, who was in the director's chair for the original movie, so that doesn't inspire much hope. However, CrazyB84 is still excited and makes a great point, noting, "I can't wait for this. I just hope the script is better than the first." Gans didn't write that one though. Mortal Kombat 2, TBA. There are so many things fans want to see in the upcoming sequel to Mortal Kombat that if Redditors had their way it'd be a 10-hour movie. Fox on the Run 99 can't wait to see the follow-up, positing, "Craft, that tournament film we were all dying to see." 2021's Mortal Kombat didn't show a single tournament, but it did a great job at setting up the world and laying the foundation for the tournaments in the sequel. Between the tournaments, the disgusting and creative fatalities, and finally meeting Johnny Cage in this universe, Mortal Kombat 2 could be one of the most satisfying video game movies ever. But it all depends on which actor is cast as Cage. No release date has been announced for the movie yet, but it has been confirmed that the original director is attached. Sleeping Dogs, TBA. Sleeping Dogs is one of many Grand Theft Auto clones, as it's an open-world game full of criminal activity. However, the game puts an interesting spin on the formula, as it follows the police officer instead of any kind of gang member, and it has a more captivating story than any GTA game too. Given that it's set in Hong Kong and full of martial arts, it's easy to imagine a Sleeping Dogs movie adaptation being like a John Woo film. In 2018, according to Eurogamer, Donnie Yen confirmed that the movie was in production, but that was 4 years ago. However, the actor-producer also mentioned in 2021 that he's still trying to get the project off the ground, bringing his 2018 comments into question. But Luis_Swagsia is hopeful about the in-development movie, but for a unique reason. The Redditor comments, "I hope it ends up being made, for no other reason than it increasing the chances of a new game." Saints Row, TBA. Along with Sleeping Dogs, Saints Row is another game that takes inspiration from GTA, only it's much more outrageous. Depending on which game it is, players can either control the president and fight aliens or create weapons out of sex toys. Sate_Jewel is especially excited to see the video game movie, commenting, "The hot dog suit better make an appearance." According to GameSpot, the film was interestingly a passion project of 50 Cent's, as the rapper owned the rights to the movie adaptation and was even writing the screenplay himself. However, the rights have passed hands several times since then, and the movie is confirmed with F. Gary Gray directing a screenplay written by Greg Russo. The two creators couldn't be more perfect for the project, as Gray is a great blockbuster action director and Russo's writing brand of on-the-nose one-liners fits the tone of Saints Row perfectly. Portal, TBA. Portal is such an inventive video game that has simple but innovative game mechanics, and the sequel tells one of the most riveting and mysterious stories ever told in the medium. Just like all Valve-developed games do, Portal 2 left gamers wanting more. And though it seems like the game series won't be revived, the story will continue in movie form. A Portal movie has been in development with J.J. Abrams' production company Bad Robot for years now, and Abrams confirmed last year that the film is still in active development. Though it's hard to adapt a game where the main character doesn't talk, Time for Another Ben is still excited. The Redditor notes, "It needs to be Cabin in the Woods, except Aperture is the goons running the experiment." The Division, TBA. The Division is an epic MMO that takes place in a not-too-distant future. It's the perfect setting for a disaster movie, and Micronix is especially excited for the upcoming release. Given that it has such a unique concept and almost has humankind separated into tribes, it could potentially save the dying genre. The recently released Moonfall seemingly spelled the end for the disaster genre, which has been struggling to be successful ever since the beginning of the 2010s. The Division will star Jake Gyllenhaal, and Marshall Thurber, who directed Red Notice and Were the Millers, will helm the video game film. The Redditor notes, "He seems like a great guy and the right choice for the project." The Division could ironically end the disaster the genre is having. BioShock TBA. Like many other upcoming video games, BioShock has been in development for years, but it's easy to see why studios have tried endlessly to get it off the ground. The video game series has some spectacular cinematography, and the elegant but aged design of the underwater city of Rapture is so detailed and a joy to play. That's one of the biggest selling points for Polywatsit, who notes, "I am just looking forward to seeing the set designs." Then there's the engaging narrative with a shocking twist that could rival the most shocking thrillers of the 21st century. The movie is in development at Netflix and will be an exclusive for the streaming service.